everyone, in this video I'm going to show you guys how I go about making my art prints from home. I feel like the best way for me to show you guys the printer I use and everything is just to take you through the process of when I get an order online to the finished product and shipping it out the door. So this is the printer. It's the Canon Pixma Pro-100. It's really simple to use. And it all just folds out like this, and I'll grab a piece of paper, which is, I use 13 by 19 inch matte photo paper from Canon, and I've used several different kinds of paper. I have the most expensive fine art paper that they make, which is really great, but I'll lose a little bit of detail on that with some of my prints, so I went with a little bit lighter paper, which I love this. I've also used the semi-gloss, which I'll show you some of the different prints that I've done testing on, and this was the paper that I felt did the best job at printing my prints. So now I would just make sure you get the right side of the paper, because I've wasted several pieces of paper, and you can kind of tell by looking at it. One side has a coated side, which this is the side you want to print on. I've wasted paper. Speaking of wasting paper, 50 sheets of this paper will cost you $100 retail, but you can get it all the time for like 50 bucks. So it's about $1 a sheet. So then I'll close this up, make sure my tray is all the way out. The printer is on already. And one thing I would say too, this cord is the USB cord for this printer, and it is very short. So I bought an extended cable at Best Buy, and that solved all my problems there, so I could put the printer pretty much anywhere. So once I got the paper in there ready to go, I come up to my computer. One of the reasons I like to print at home is because I like to sign and number my prints. I like to have control over the print. I want people to feel like they're getting an actual piece of art from me, not some company that just prints my art and makes all the money. So I have this file open in Photoshop. This is a new Blazer print I did of Damian Lillard. And so some of the things I have pre-set up are the print number. So this is print number 7. This will be the 7th print. And on this run, because he was pretty popular and a bunch of people asked for these, I did 200. So this is 7 of 200. I put the date, and then I use this box right here to sign the print. So that's already set up. The paper size, like I said, this file is 13 by 19 with an 11 by 17 image area. Then I just come up here to print, file, print. I get my box, which I've already got this set up. You can go into print settings here and do, this is the A3 paper that I print on, and then I just hit print. And right now we're actually going to go through the process of it printing, and I'll talk about a few things while it prints, so you guys get an idea of how long it takes to print each print. So it's starting now. The ink that's used for this printer is expensive. This box with the 8 inks that are in it costs anywhere from, I got this box on Amazon for $111. Some of the inks definitely run out faster than others, but this is, since I bought this printer and started printing, this is my 2nd box of inks that I bought. So I spent about $200 on inks. But I've gotten quite a few prints out of it. I haven't done the math yet on printing a 13 by 19 inch print. Different prints use different amounts of ink, so it's kind of hard to tell how much it's costing me per print. But the quality is really good on this. Apparently this is a 100-year print or ink, so it's supposed to last 100 years or something like that. I'll probably never live to see that, so I guess I don't. I'm assuming the quality's pretty good. So yeah, and then while that's printing, I'll talk a little bit about some of the, or I'll show you a little bit about some of these print finishes. You might not be able to see it on, this is the gloss finish paper. This is a poison ivy illustration that I did. And this is the semi-gloss, or the luster. But some of the photo papers have the Canon logo on the back of them. I don't like that at all. I think it makes the print seem a lot cheaper. The paper that I use, the premium matte, does not have logos on it, which I think is like awesome. Definitely don't like that logo on there. So anyway, I'll show you what it looks like when you print on the wrong side. It's all just grainy and washed out, so definitely don't make that mistake. And I made that mistake a few times. But this is actually the fine art paper, and this stuff is so thick that you can actually draw on it. Let me come over here and show you. That's another gloss finish one. I printed this out on that paper, and this I went over with a black ink pen, and I feel like I'm gonna mess around with that in the future, do some prints, maybe some kind of lighter wash prints, and then use black ink over the top of it, because this paper is super thick. It's a very nice paper. This generally costs around $100 for 25 sheets. So it is a lot more money than the premium matte photo paper. But I feel like the quality is actually better for me on the matte paper. So, and here's an example of an 8.5 by 11, which this is luster. I feel like for me, that's a little bit too small, but I've thought about selling cheaper prints in the future, and I might do it on 8.5 by 11. I'm not sure yet though, because I really like when I sell a print for somebody to get it, that they get something that's you know, substantial. So I want it to be a piece of artwork. So this is almost done printing, and these prints that I started doing, this is a new style for me. It's black ink, more of an ink pen style. And I really like the way it's looking, so I'm going to be doing quite a few different prints this way going forward. As soon as it's done, I'll show you how I package and ship these out. And it is done. So this is the finished print. You can kind of look at the detail. You can see the little logo box that I got down there. And it is a pretty good size print. I like that size. And this is, I think you can print larger sizes on custom paper with this back tray back here. And this is a manual feed back here. So you can use that. There's definitely I haven't used it, so I'm not gonna really talk about it, but that is definitely an option if you wanna go larger. So now that I got the printer, or the print, then I put all my prints in protective sheets like this. I've already got a couple packaged and numbered and signed and ready to go. So this one I actually haven't started selling yet, but this one is the Nurkic print. So this is one of 200 signed, ready to be packaged. The most expensive part of this entire process of printing and making my own prints is the shipping. The shipping on this print size is something I've battled with quite a bit. Now there's several ways to ship these. You can ship them in the tubes, which a lot of people like to do it that way. And I can see why it's cheaper for sure. It costs around $10 to $15 to ship something like this. Now I only charge $5 on my website, but if somebody orders like somebody recently just ordered 5 prints, it still only cost me about $15 to ship all 5 of the prints. So that's where I save money, is when somebody orders quite a few, which helps a lot. But anyway, once I have the print like this, I have these cardboard backers over here. This one is a full-size one. They fold open like this, and I cut it in half whenever I get an order, fold it over the top, tape it all up, and then I wrap it in brown packing paper. So I get these boxes. My wife actually found these. She's the one filming right now. These are from Dollar Tree, and they have by far been the best thing that I found in the process. Shipping boxes, stuff like that. This is better because it's not as thick, but it's still pretty rigid. I haven't had any issues with prints not coming through pretty good. I've only found this recently, but these are only $1 each, which is awesome because it's perfectly sized when you cut it in half to fit these 13 by 19 prints. So how I sell my prints is through Squarespace. That's who hosts my website. And they have a service with their business plan that allows you to sell through a company called Stripe, which is super easy. I've had this set up for a long time. I've never had an issue with credit card. They handle all security and things like that. So that's how I sell my prints. I set them up in the store, and super duper easy to set this whole system up. But you can see I got the print right there for sale. You can go back to the store and see all the prints that I have for sale on there. And it's really easy to set up sales if you want. You get a large image of the print, and then you just hit add to cart. And then I get a notification saying, you know, there's been a purchase made. So this whole part of it is very easy. I think they charge a little bit of a fee every time you make a sale through Stripe, but it's like less than $1, or it's $1 or something like that. So it's not really a whole lot. But yeah, so that's the front end of how I sell my prints, just real quickly. But that's pretty much it. That's the entire process. You kind of got a feel for how long it takes each print to, you know, come through. If I started getting massive orders for prints where I'm printing 200, 300 at a time, I would definitely use a outside company. But for what I'm doing right now, people order onesie, twosies type stuff. I can just pop a print in real quick, ship it out, and yeah, it's good to go. So anyway, that's my process, and that's pretty much the video. If you guys have any questions for me, you know, leave a comment below. And yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. I hope it made sense, and I hope it gave you some insight into making a few extra bucks on the side. I would say to get started with all of this, price-wise for me, the website is like $24 a month, and then the printer, my cost so far into that, actually I'll just give you the base cost. The printer came with ink. I paid $150 for it, so getting started really wasn't that expensive. The most intense part of all this is creating the artwork, which is the fun part. So that's, you know, oh, and also growing a YouTube channel. So anyway, that's the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you later.